Alright, so we got the head off. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there's a slight mark there where it would lose some pressure into the coolant system, which is why I had some problems with the pressurized coolant system. And down here you can see that I had one bolt loose on the manifold that basically made the exhaust lose some pressure there. Other than that, the rest looks quite fine. And now we'll start taking everything off the head and we'll start opening up those ports. Hey, so I was making this video to open up the ports and all that stuff in the Toyota Land Cruiser 1FZ engine, but we came to find that these ports already look pretty damn good. There is no sharp edges. It's all very nice and fluid. But the manifold, as you can see, these ports are like oddly shaped, and these are just regular shaped. So there is a sharp edge here where the wind will come out, the air with the mixture of gasoline will come out, and it'll swirl in here and create like a vortex. So we're gonna try and smooth out these edges, and of course we have to do that evenly. All these have to be the same, otherwise you get discrepancies in the airflow and all that stuff. So let me see if we can mark them, and then we'll start the work. So first it's pretty smooth. We'll start marking it. So we got ourselves a little burr. It should take this off. ¿A video o qué? ¿Estás haciendo un video? No, this is Don Jorge. Don Jorge is the guy that helps me out here. He's like the Colombian George Clooney. Thank you. So, getting closer. This is before, we'll polish this up nicely. But as you can see, we made the edges very rounded now, so that the air doesn't have to go over a cliff. And hopefully, that'll just give me a little bit extra. We cannot go too far, as I said before, because this here on the other side, it's limited in thickness, so you don't want to get it too thin. As you can see now, around it. So the airflow should be quite a lot better going into these ports. So, my man Jason over here, Jason, we put fuel in the ports to see if it didn't come leaking out of the valves. So far, the inlets are good. Vamos a chequear los otros también, los de exhausto.
Sí.
Yeah, we're going to check the exhaust valves as well. So we found some leaky valves in the exhaust. So we're taking all the valves out, reseat them, and put new valve stem seals in it as we go along. Not that it was leaking, but since we're getting them out anyway, we might as well. So you compress like so with the tool. Then you work the valve back up, and with the magnetized screwdriver you can get the half moons off the stem. That's it. He makes it look so easy, huh? Dijo sí, sí.
Sí, sí.
Right now, Jason is taking out the valve stem seals with a special tool. El herramiento. This was what you might need for that. And these are the new ones. Also, of course, what I didn't show, but I'll show you when we do the exhaust valves, is the tool to compress the valve springs, which are quite strong. And there's again the Colombian George Clooney not doing anything as usual. put some rubbing compound on the valve stems, basically on this part that seats. It's a special compound, and you put it back in the head. And now he fixed a little rubber hose there that fits right on the valve stem, and that's how they do it in Colombia. It works like a charm, I gotta say. You see, when I was younger, we had to do this by hand. We had a little suction stick on the valve on the side, and then we would just, rub that stick between our hands so it would twist that valve into the seat with the compound in between it. But this seems to work just fine. And we clean up. You make sure that it looks nice and even, that it doesn't have any spots on it. Same, of course, into the valve seat now. You have a good look, clean it up, have a good look. Make sure it's an even fit. And then you can put the valve back in. And that's pretty much how it's done. Oh, actually, let me rephrase that. There is a second compound, which is a more fine compound. This one is a more rugged, and that one is a more fine. So we'll do it again with a finer compound. So the new ones, you'll put some grease on them. Basically, then you push them over the valve stem.
Ahí hace. ¿No le está dando mínimas o qué?
That one has one. That one doesn't.
Ya.
And then you have like basically it's a long socket.
Eso tiene
You tap them on back.
como así apagado.
Go
Sí.
around nicely a bit, so make sure that it's a complete fit.
Yo lo consigo.
So this is the tool that you'll need to compress the springs. This will basically go under the bench, and then up here you'll have one of these forms that will help you compress the spring. And then what my man Jason does is he magnetizes a screwdriver to pick up the little, I don't know if you can see him here. It's just to pick up the little, it's like halves. Oh, there they are. Basically, you pick them out of the valve stem, and then the spring comes loose. Esto es la pichuria ahora, ¿no?
Sí. Porque este tiene mucho imán.
No. Go ahead. Hazlo. You compress the spring again. Make sure it goes over the valve stem and doesn't, push down on the valve stem. Until you have enough space to put these little half rings back in. You put some grease on it so that it sticks to the valve stem. He uses a magnetized screwdriver and a non-magnetized screwdriver to hold it in place and to release it from the magnetized screwdriver. This is a picky job, as you can see. That's one. And again, some grease. And that's the second one. And then you release carefully again the spring. And Bob's your uncle, as they say. As you can see here with light, these ports are very nicely shaped. There is No sharp edges inside. Goes straight to the valve.